Hello and welcome. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into the 2024 US Senate map based on the latest polls taken in all 34 contested races. For either Donald Trump or Joe Biden to achieve their goals in a potential second term in the White House, controlling the Senate is crucial. Since 2020, Democrats have held a majority in the upper chamber, but the 2024 map provides Republicans with a strong fundamental advantage, with 23 of the 34 seats up for election this November being defended by Democrats, including 8 of the 10 most competitive races, and 3 seats in states Trump won in both 2016 and 2020, Montana, Ohio, and West Virginia. The stage is set for a dramatic showdown. Let's explore this exciting landscape and see if the Republicans can capitalize on this favorable map. Let's start in the Democratic stronghold of Washington. Here, the latest poll by Echelon Insights shows incumbent Democratic Senator Maria Cantwell leading her likely Republican opponent, Raul Garcia, by 8 points. Although this is a tighter margin than her 17-point victory in 2018, it still suggests a likely Democratic win. It's worth noting that no Republican has won a Senate race in Washington since 1994, underscoring the challenge Garcia faces. Moving down to California, the landscape is quite blue. With the passing of incumbent Democrat Dianne Feinstein last October, Congressman Adam Schiff is heavily favored to succeed her. The Public Policy Institute of California's latest survey shows Schiff leading his Republican opponent, Steve Garvey, by a whopping 24 points. Given California's strong Democratic leanings, this race is safely blue. Hawaii also falls into this category, as incumbent Democrat Brian Schatz remains extremely popular. Though there are no recent polls, Hawaii's deep blue status makes Schatz's re-election almost a certainty. Over in Nevada, things get more interesting. Incumbent Democrat Jackie Rosen faces a tough race against likely Republican opponent, U.S. Army veteran Sam Brown. Rosen was first elected in 2018 by a slim margin, and Nevada's status as a purple state makes this contest highly competitive. The New York Times and Siena College's latest poll shows Rosen with a narrow 2-point lead. This one is going to be a nail-biter. In Utah, Republican stronghold status is all but assured with Senator Mitt Romney's retirement. Congressman John Curtis is expected to win both the Republican nomination and the general election easily. Without any significant polling data yet, it's safe to say Utah will remain a solid red state. Now let's talk about Arizona, a key battleground. With incumbent Senator Kyrsten Sinema opting not to run for re-election, the stage is set for a showdown between Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego and Republican Kari Lake. Arizona has been trending blue in recent elections, and the latest New York Times poll shows Gallego leading by 4 points. However, with Trump leading Biden by 7 points in the same poll, this race could still shift dramatically. Heading over to New Mexico, incumbent Senator Martin Heinrich is looking strong. Without any current polling data, Heinrich's previous re-election by 24 points and New Mexico's blue leaning suggest a safe Democratic hold. Texas is always a spectacle in elections. Incumbent Senator Ted Cruz, one of the most polarizing figures in politics, is running for his 3rd term. Despite a close race in 2018, Cruz currently holds a 13-point lead over Democratic nominee Congressman Colin Allred, according to the Texas Politics Project. Texas, barring any surprises, remains safely Republican. Wyoming is straightforward. Incumbent Republican John Barrasso will win re-election by a huge margin. There's hardly any competition, making this a solid red state. In Montana, the battle is fierce. Incumbent Democratic Senator Jon Tester faces Republican Tim Sheehy, a Navy SEAL turned aerospace CEO. Despite Tester's popularity, Montana's deep red lean makes this a tough race for him. The latest JL Partners poll shows Sheehy leading by 3 points. This race leans Republican, but it's far from decided. North Dakota and Nebraska are predictably red. Both states have Republican incumbents running for re-election, and internal polls show comfortable leads for the GOP candidates. These states are solid Republican holds. Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar is a powerhouse. Known for her widespread appeal, she is leading by 17 points according to Survey USA. Minnesota might be competitive at the presidential level, but Klobuchar's race is safely Democratic. Missouri sees a Republican incumbent, Josh Hawley, running for re-election. After flipping the seat in 2018, he leads his Democratic challenger by 14 points, indicating a solid Republican hold. Tennessee and Mississippi are solidly Republican. Incumbent Senator Marsha Blackburn is leading by 16 points in Tennessee, and Mississippi, despite lacking recent polling, is a reliably red state. Florida is always a battleground. Incumbent Republican Rick Scott, who narrowly won in 2018, is now leading by 8 points against Democratic challenger Debbie Mukersel Powell, according to CBS News and YouGov. Florida has shifted right, making this a likely Republican hold. Turning to the Northeast, we see a series of safe blue states: Virginia, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, and Maine. Polls in Virginia, New Jersey, and Massachusetts show Democratic candidates with comfortable leads. Virginia's Tim Kaine, New Jersey's Andy Kim, and Massachusetts' Elizabeth Warren are all expected to win by significant margins. Indiana is less exciting, with Republican Jim Banks expected to win easily in this Trump plus 17 state. Despite an older poll showing a narrower lead, Indiana is solidly Republican. Wisconsin is crucial. Incumbent Democrat Tammy Baldwin leads by 7 points against Republican Eric Hovde, according to the New York Times and Siena College. Baldwin's strong showing contrasts with Biden trailing Trump, making this a lean Democratic hold. Michigan is another key race. With Democrat Debbie Stabenow retiring, the contest between Alyssa Slotkin and Republican Mike Rogers is tight. Slotkin leads by 2 points in the latest Emerson College poll. This race tilts Democratic, but it's very competitive. Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown is running for a 4th term in a state that has leaned right. Despite Brown's popularity, the race against Bernie Moreno is close, with Brown leading by 4 points, according to East Carolina University. This is another lean Democratic hold. West Virginia is almost a guaranteed Republican pickup. With Democrat Joe Manchin retiring, popular Governor Jim Justice is expected to win easily, flipping the seat to the GOP. Pennsylvania's Senator Bob Casey Jr. is a strong incumbent. Despite the state's competitiveness, Casey leads Republican David McCormick by 5 points in the latest New York Times poll. This race is lean Democratic. Finally, Maryland could have been interesting with former Republican Governor Larry Hogan running, but Democratic nominee Angela Alsobrooks leads by 9 points according to public policy polling. Maryland remains likely Democratic. That wraps up our 2024 U.S. Senate map based on the most recent surveys. Republicans are projected to flip the majority with 51 seats over Democrats' 49. What do you think about these projections? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.